This is Scott Spencer Miller, and you are watching The Beauty Block.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to The Beauty Block. I'm Julian Reynolds, your host, and I have the super talented and my old friend Scott Spencer Miller in store with me today. I worked with Scott a few years ago, and he's an amazing artist and just the life of the room. Guys, we are excited to have him with us. Remember to like and subscribe, and please leave your comments below. Scott, welcome to The Beauty Block. It's a pleasure to have you.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
Good. Finally, we got a chance to sit down. It's been a minute.
It has.
So Scott, tell me about yourself. I know a little bit about you, but tell your audience a little bit about you.
Well, my name is Scott Spencer Miller. Basically, I'm from Detroit, Michigan, and now I reside in Atlanta, Georgia. And I'm a hairstylist, makeup artist, and I say inspirational person, so guru, beauty guru is my name.
I love it. So Scott, what brought you to Atlanta?
What brought me to Atlanta? Actually, just a dream. I was in Detroit, Michigan, and I had just recently graduated from massage school, and I was like, no, and I was already a makeup artist, and I was like, no one's going to be, at the time, getting makeup and massage therapy because it was going through a recession. So something in my spirit said, let me go to Atlanta. So I got in the car with $100. I packed up my car and I drove down here. Awesome. Yeah, and no place to go. I just pulled up and I worked things out. I started at Macy's at Gwinnett Place Mall. That's located here in Atlanta, Georgia. That was at the Dior counter. Yeah.
So I met you while you worked at Nordstrom. How long were you with Nordstrom for?
I was with Nordstrom's for about 5 years. But I started retail or the beauty industry or makeup in general at 14. I started at the kiosks in the middle of the mall, those places that, they call you over. Mm-hmm. So that was called Lachey Cosmetics, and it was in Northland Mall and Eastland Mall in Detroit, Michigan. So that was my first job. And then I also did hair on the side at like some salons located with Rodney Howe was my boss at that time. Mm-hmm.
So I know you work with a lot of production. What are some of your most memorable productions?
All of them are memorable because you get connected to the stories or you get connected to the characters. And if you're doing your job right, you are a part of the story because your hair is there. So a lot of people don't understand that you don't just go to do hair or put your opinion on it. You work with so many different people. I normally have a department head, or I'm the department head, but normally I'm following after people. And that meaning that you have a director that you're trying to figure out how they see the story. You have a writer, and you have to talk to them to visualize, what they want out of it. You have producers. You have all of these different people, and you are basically just being a vessel used by them in the story to create the artwork.
Awesome. So what are your top 2 stars that you've seen and you're a little bit starstruck by?
Lorraine Toussaint is an actress named Lorraine Toussaint, and I worked with her on a movie that's about to come out called Fast Colors. It's about her and her daughters, and they have special powers, but I grew up watching her, and her energy kind of met my energy. Starstruck. Another one. I don't know. I think that's only person, because I feel like when I don't get really starstruck, I just meet people where they at, because they're looking for something from me and I'm looking something from them. So I don't really get like starstruck.
How do you feel about the movie and film industry in Atlanta today? Do you think it's a good time for young artists to get into the industry?
Absolutely. It's really about connections and your image. It's a great time to get into it. It's just that you got to see it for you to see it for yourself to get there. But there's so many. It's actually, we're the highest rated film industry state or city bigger than LA, bigger than New York. So there's a lot of job opportunities here.
Awesome. Can you explain to us the difference between union and non-union productions?
Yeah, so that's a big subject to me because I think a lot of people, first, Atlanta is a right to work state. So that's a great thing and that's another benefit for the people here in Atlanta is that you have the right to go work for any production that you want. But the great thing about the union is that they've designed rules and benefit and things that will benefit you. So basically it's just a contract that you're under through a union. But as in Atlanta, it's a right to work state. But you have a union project that are under the union contract. They follow the union rules. They basically treat you better, honestly. So it's a really great thing. I think that it brings a lot of anxiety, especially to new artists. They're like, oh, I gotta get union, or what is the union? It's basically also, we're better in numbers, meaning that hairstylists and makeup artists against these big production companies are better in numbers, and you're able to really have a group of family or friends that fight for you, because people sometimes don't understand when you work film and television, you're working 12 to 16 hour days, 70 hours a week. So think about working 70 hours a week and then you have a production that never gives you any food, or you don't get a break. And that's what the union does for you, is to give you those benefits. They give you insurance, they give you all of those things. So the difference is that you might have a small production that is non-union that may be able to give the same things to you, but your most beneficial projects are the union projects.
Excellent. So Scott, tell me about some of the challenges you faced when you started in the industry.
Actually, to be honest with you, was not being prepared. Also, I was just recently out of hair school not too long ago, and the universe just provided that for me, and provided these amazing opportunities. And that's what, if someone asked me, like, what can I do to be in the industry, or what could I do to prepare, is to prepare. Because you go through time periods in your hair, not just, you can do a beautiful, curl or wand somebody, but I need to go from the 1800s into the future. And I need to master my craft, hair and makeup. So my answer to you is to practice. Know your craft from in and out. I can do most things in my sleep, but that's because I practice. So, but the challenges is that also is not fighting myself and believing in myself that I was placed here and there is a reason for me to be here. I'm worthy to be here, and I'm going to do my best while I'm here.
Excellent. So tell me, how do you think the industry has changed over the past couple of years?
It's actually changed in a big way. It's just like this, the United States and everything. Like, to be honest, I work for a company that is not a lot of black men. Me and another counterpart, his name is Victor Jones Moore, and we have been working for an amazing company. They're amazing, but you don't see a lot of us. So meaning that it's not a lot of black, Asian, Spanish, or whatever, in this industry. So I'm excited, especially for Atlanta, because we are so diverse here, to bring diversity to it. Also, changing cities. It was always built that you would go to LA or New York, and you live on a budget, and you live in a small apartment, and to make it. And even when I was younger, and that's why I came here. I was a ballet dancer, and I went to New York, and I saw what your environment was. I saw how hard the struggle was, and I was like, I really love hair and makeup, but I'm not sure if I'm willing to live like that. And the universe will provide for you, because the whole industry built up around me. You know what I mean? So I'm able to live really good, and live a great life without struggling. So, it's growing great. So I say, get ready, because it's going to come to you.
Awesome. So Scott, tell me, what is a beauty guru and who are love bugs?
Okay, so I was like, well, how can people remember me? Also, it just came about because in my life, I just came out of nowhere. I just was like, I want to know every part of the beauty industry because I knew I wanted to open a salon, and that someday I want to open a hair school and a makeup school, and I want to be able to provide that education and know, like, if I hire someone, I know what they're doing. Also, it's just something that's passionate for me to connect with people in the beauty industry. I was trying to become, and I am, pretty much, I've touched on everything in the beauty industry, from esthetician work to massage therapy to hair to makeup to clothing, styling, to everything. And then Love Bugs came is because, the internet started to come about, and that was one more branding thing, and I was like, who are these people? They're not my fans. They're not, how can I connect with them? And I looked over and there was a ladybug. And then I was like, and then I took that word bug. And then I was like, well, what do I want to show to these people? And then I said love. And then that's where Love Bug came about. I don't know, but yeah, that's just Love Bugs. And that's how I connect with them, hopefully, is that they look to this internet, and I scroll down, and that's my, motivation in life every day is to wake up. So please follow Scott Spencer Miller on Instagram. Also, that's where I get my inspiration from.
Scott, so tell me, what do you think is the most important aspect of doing someone's hair?
It's being an expert. I think a lot of hairstylists, and there's a difference between being cocky or making someone go with the style that you want them to go with, or being the expert on really going in depth with your client and saying, how do you wear your hair every day? What type of products are you using? What are their routines? And then from there, grow something organically for them that'll work for them. And don't put, to me, I think, to be honest, a lot of people are putting masks on with their hair, and they're not really loving themselves and they're looking to, just like fast food, they're looking for a fast fix with their hair. And I think that it's a part of you. Beauty routines to me was a ceremonial type of thing, and I think that we got away from it. So I think that as an industry, for me, the most important thing for you to do is to connect with your client and know that what they want and what they need.
Tell me, what is shine.org and what do you do with that organization?
Shine.org is my nonprofit that I've been providing hair, makeup, and all beauty products towards battered women on Christmas Day for the past 11 years. So it's something that I think is amazing for me. It's something that I don't even see myself not doing. It's because it's changing someone's life. So like I said, I think the most powerful thing is to really realize in life what you can do to help the world and what your gift is, and whatever that is. If you're, helping someone with paperwork, whatever it is, but my way is through beauty. So I go to shelters through Shine, and we help the community in Atlanta.
Awesome. So Scott, tell me, how did that organization become?
It started in a Christmas when I came down, and I didn't have anything to do, and me and a group of my friends were in this living room. A co-partner, her name is Lindy Way, and we got together, and we got on Craigslist and looked. At the time, I wasn't a hairstylist, so we got 2 hairstylists. I think we went to a whole bunch of different older homes and resale shops and bought clothes, and we took it there, and we had the most amazing time, and it just kept growing and growing. At this point, I think I think the biggest year we had was like 40 to 60 volunteers. And normally we go from 12 to 16 women and up to 30 children we help.
So Scott, what advice would you give a young artist who's just coming up and wants to get in the industry?
My advice to you is to have faith in you and to know your self-worth. I think sometimes we go back and forth on what should we charge, or am I good enough, or do I look great enough, you know? And my advice is to you is to, like I said earlier, is to prepare, master your craft, master your look and your image, know your clientele and who you want to reach, and have faith in your decision. Because sometimes we go back and forth and, you know, or is this my friend and my friend's telling me I should charge this, but then I got a client last week and she paid $100. Okay, or, you know, my last client pays $1,000. Feel comfortable in your price and sit in it. You know, let that girl, because there's a client that's going to come out there to you. You know, there's enough out here for everybody. So have faith in yourself and have faith that you can do whatever you put your mind to.
Excellent. So Scott, if you could go back to your 21-year-old self and give him some advice, what would that be?
I would say, can you bleep? Like, I was like, bitch, you was right in the right direction. You were, you know, you was going in the right direction. At that time, I was just going to hair school and I was nervous and I didn't know where I was going to be. I didn't know if this was the right decision. I had just quit Nordstrom's because I was like, I cannot stand here and be available for anybody else. And I really want to do hair. And, you know, I wanted to do hair and makeup. And so it was a challenge for me. I was nervous, but I would tell myself is that you got this. You can do this. It's time.